to write stories when she was at school and different things, and she loves doing that. And then she was looking into it already, and then she was looking into opening sentences that to grab the people, because she noticed that people who go into libraries, when they look in a book, they often look at the beginning, you know, and if it grabs them, then they buy the book. If it doesn't, they put the book on the shelves. Yeah. Back on the shelves. Obviously,
everyone has got their own way of doing it. I look at the back of the book.
I did that myself. I often do that myself. I look at the back of the book, yes.
Yes, or at the front, I read the comments from other people that have read the book.
Yeah, and then, yeah, I do that. And then, so, yeah. Yeah, that's what I do. So we're talking because she finds the idea interesting of the story I want to write. And also it seemed to be quite appropriate because at the moment a lot of people don't like the 5G network and they find it dangerous with the radiation and stuff like that. And one of the titles I want to have for my story would be The Battle of the Frequencies. So it seemed to be quite appropriate without realizing it.
No, it seems to be a serious matter because
it is a serious matter, absolutely.
I was watching film done about an American telecom worker who has went on the spree of destroying the 4G and 3G and 5G posts. And he has been imprisoned for that.
Oh, she's been imprisoned for it, yeah.
Yeah, and he was saying how dangerous it is. He's even saying that having few people in the room with mobile phones on is danger.
Yeah. So I've got this mobile here, so I don't know. I hope that's not dangerous to me.
But is it 5G?
No, it's not 5G. No.
Excuse me a moment. Welcome, Beat. Hello, good evening, Beat. We have a birthday boy on today.
Oh, good.
Yes. Very, very interesting gentleman.
Excellent, yeah.
Beat, can you hear us? Hello? There is
sorry.
4G for you. My phone is not working. It got stuck.
All right.
I'm trying. I'm trying to make my screen move. Oh, it's finally moving. We should have some more people joining. Beat, can you hear us? Hello? No, he probably doesn't hear us. Hello. Hello, Beat. Frankie should be here shortly as well. Claire, are you making tea for us as well?
Yes, I make tea for everybody.
Wonderful, thank you. Beat, can you hear us? Hello?
Well, 1 minute. Won't be long.
That's okay. I'm just, we've got Beat on, but he doesn't seem to hear us. Shall we make a message? Just 1 second, where is the chat? Yeah, chat. Oh, yeah, that's great. Okay, Beat says he hears us. Okay, fantastic. Oh, what am I doing? What is... Okay. So how are you all coping with this new situation we are in?
Not too bad, I suppose. It's just when I am a bit dizzy like that, I feel a bit more vulnerable than I would be otherwise. Yeah. Yeah. So I think you're right. I need to phone the doctor. Yeah.
Yes, I think, and you have to be careful the way you move, the way you bend down and so on. Instead of just bending down, you need to go down your knees and stuff like that.
Absolutely. Yeah. I've noticed that. Yeah. So painting, I mean, like my friend, I don't think it's going to be wise at all if I start doing it because it's no more me painting and falling and not being able to call anybody if I don't have, you know.
Yes.
No, it's not a good idea. I'll have to get somebody to finish it off. Yeah. When this is over. Yeah. And yeah. And so otherwise, in terms of Zoom, I've got Zoom with you, with Natasha, with the Speak Up Challenge, then tomorrow with John Haynes, then Malcolm.
Yes, he's getting busier online than offline.
Well, actually, you're right, yeah, because I don't have to do all the traveling, so he's saving a lot of money on petrol. Mind you, I don't have a car at the moment, so
yeah.
But yeah, no, you're right. I mean, this actually could shape the way we work even after the crisis, because that doesn't mean we do absolutely everything online, because human beings, we need to meet other people, because that's how we're wired. But I think there is going to be probably it's going to be to shape the way we work anyway.
Yes, I think of right, Frankie's here.
So you're sharing your screen, aren't you, at the moment, Maria?
Yes, I am sharing my screen, yes. I'm just trying to send Frankie the link because he seemed to be.
Oh, is he struggling to come in? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Claire, are you quiet? How are you feeling? Last time you had an issue with your throat, with your teeth?
Yeah, it's settled down, but it's still there. It's still not right. So.
And how is our birthday boy? Beat? How are you? It seems like Beat is having problem with his mic.
I don't think I know Big, do I?
No, I don't think you met him, no. But it's... Okay. So, is any of you working outside of your house for now?
Outside the house?
Yeah, so do you go out working?
Oh, working? No.
Yeah. Yeah. Claire, how are you working remotely with your students?
Yeah, I do everything from home.
And how is it going? My friend's daughter was doing her first online lesson with the kindergarten children, and she was quite tired following that because she's not used to.
Yeah, no, it's all right. I'm going to look at Google Classroom, I think.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Frankie.
Hello, Maria.
How are you?
Very well. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much.
Good, that's good.
Okay, so it's 6:39. So shall we get on?
Yeah, you want.
Beat, could you write me down if you are able to put your microphone on, because we would like you to have a little presentation of yourself and your business later in the meeting. So are you able to put your microphone on, or do you struggle with that? Can you answer me on the chat, please?
You may need to give him. You may need to send him a message on the chat.
No, he's going to answer it in a minute.
Hello, sorry.
Oh, that's better, Frankie.
Hello?
We hear you very well now.
Are you okay?
Yes, I am fine, thanks.
Very good. Very, very good. So how's your day been?
Busy and
Tell me
very
about it.
tiring.
Yes, I know that feeling. But tiring, but very creative, yeah?
Yeah.
That's good. How's Andy?
I tell you what, I actually done lots of creative work today. And probably that is why I'm so tired. And I had a little node before the meeting, which doesn't normally happen.
Yeah, but I think it's really important as well, Maria, in this time to really create value, and that's what we're doing. And with all that effort, it's not going to be wasted. It's going to be leading to something very,
yes,
very
I
big.
believe so. I believe
very
so. Yes.
Big.
Yes.
You know, nothing's wasted in faith
yes,
and in your efforts. So well done to you, Maria. Well done.
Thank you very much. Well done to everyone.
Well done to everyone. Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Fantastic. So, are we ready to start?
Oh,
We
yeah.
are ready to start. Yes, we are actually ready to start. Yes.
Let's go. Just
Let's-
before we go ahead, would you agree that we can set this out as a video later on? So we send it out in order to draw the people to those events online. The reason being is that we have no idea when this situation is going to be over.
Yeah.
So while we can, let's get as many people as we can to those online events. Our next online event is on Tuesday, 7th of April, which is next week at 6:30 p.m. again. And we have Chris Burgess speaking at that time, okay?
Excellent. And I look forward to that.
Wonderful. So let's
Who's with us?
start.
Who is
Okay.
with us? Who is
Yes,
with us, Maria?
well, wonderful. Bit is with us, and hopefully some more people will join shortly as well.
Excellent.
Because we have sent so many of invitations. I've sent about 400 invitations to this event. So hopefully the more we are visible, the more people will be with us. Okay, so welcome to Dolphin Global Network networking event. We should be a face-to-face today in Stoke on Trent, but sadly there has been a bigger power over us and grounded us, to be honest with you. We are grounded in our houses. Obviously, there are some key workers that are still working, like Frankie. I myself do some work outside as well for a few hours. But I am fortunate that there is no one around me, it's just myself. So, Dolphin Global Network. We normally start our meetings at 6 p.m. in order to, just one second because things are getting messed up. Normally, these meetings are run by our phenomenal Clare Browne, who is our host. And Claire, could you tell us a few words from yourself?
Yeah, what about myself or
Just a little bit about yourself and how you got into working with us.
oh, okay. My name is Claire. I'm a teacher and I qualified as a PE teacher and RE teacher, and I've taught for over 20 years in secondary schools. Then I started in network marketing about 8 years ago with health and wellness products, and currently I'm involved in the travel industry. And then Maria, you got in touch with me, as I recall. I think I used to go to one of the BNI meetings that
That's
your
right,
sister
yes,
went
you
to.
were recommended to me, yes.
So I then met you for lunch, and you asked me if I could host the Stoke on Trent meetings, and that's what we've done ever since.
Wonderful, and I am so pleased that you are on board. So, Clare Browne, thank you very much. And Claire is our host for Stoke on Trent. So if you have any questions, anything about Stoke on Trent, please direct those questions to Claire. We will put her contact details on the back of the presentation. So let's go to the next one. We have some sponsors who, sorry, but this is jumping. We have some sponsors who are helping us to pay for the hotel rooms that we hire. And we work currently with the Holiday Inn Express, with Holiday Inn, with Style Builders and Acre Hotels. Style builders are sponsoring us in various ways. And the Dolphin Global Network is part of Dolphin seminars and Dolphin coaching. So we've got one umbrella for 3 different areas of activity. And we have also ID background from Nottingham, who is one of our partners as well. So let me introduce you to our standard agenda, which normally starts at 6 o'clock with networking. Then at 6:30 we have the welcome, and then we start the first presentation. Normally we have a break at 7 o'clock, and then at 7:15 we have a second presentation. Then at 8 o'clock we have just a short information about Dolphin Global Network, and then at 8:15 we usually have mini presentations. With being online, the agenda is changed slightly. Simply because we don't really do that much networking, although I hope that as we go along we'll be able to do a little bit more and start at 6 o'clock, joining online at 6 o'clock and go through the agenda properly. Okay, so Dolphin Global Network, who we are, what we do, and why we are doing what we are doing. The whole idea started last year with a different brand, which was Coach the World. And we had a gentleman by the name of Arnold, who was working with me. And then in July, Arnold decided to close down the Coach the World meetings. And I have taken on the meetings under new branding. So from September last year, I am building this networking organization with Claire and with Angie, who is the host in Nottingham. Our idea is to have people connecting, helping each other, but at the same time educating each other. So that is why we have incorporated 2 presentations, one short and one longer, so people get the necessary education and learn from each other. We have speakers from all type of backgrounds who are giving their own time to us free of charge. So we are doing everything to promote them and help them at the same time as a reciprocation for what they are doing with us and how they are helping us. We have in fact joined with one of our speakers, joined forces, and we are actually going to be organizing coaching retreats to Poland for 4 days or 1 week in order to grow that coaching culture even more and help people even more. What we do in other ways, how we help people, I will come to later on. So for now, what I would like to just do in the short presentation before Frankie comes on is to touch on the situation and how we can overcome this all and how we can help each other. Because if you go on social media, there is already, and we are here in UK, we are in quarantine for just over 7 days. But in other countries, that quarantine is longer. And people already in UK, and that is what I have observed over the last few days, people are not capable to keep that restriction. There is more and more cars about. There is more and more people walking about for nothing really. Even though in front of the supermarkets you will see the queues are not adhering to the advice given. people, friends, family, knowing that they cannot see each other, they still try to see each other. So there is a lot of people that are not coping with it. And I've already offered so many times help and advice to people, but I think we need to be, every one of us need to take that responsibility. And every one of us need to speak to people, particularly young people, particularly those that think that they are untouchable, that they really should take responsibility and help us to overcome this crisis in a better way. Because the way I look at it, and I've already spoken to a number of businesses, some of them are my clients and some of them are just people I know in business, that even though it is 7 days, they really, really are worried about the future of their business. You know very well that thousands of people have already lost work, and these people need to be helped. These people need to be spoken to, these people need to be built up. And when I see on social media negative posts, I'm really shivering with the anger, really, because we need to be positive. We are all in the same boat, and we cannot allow that boat to sink. The government is doing their own thing, but I think the people do not realize how this can be very dangerous, not financially, not economically, but mentally. I think the psychological impact on people with this situation is huge. I don't think it is comprehensible by many. The only people that realize about this danger is people who are in the medical profession and coaching profession, and people who are really doing personal development on a big scale. But there is too few and not enough people who actually understand the situation in that way. So we need to speak to as many as we can. We need to build them up. We need to basically instill hope and positive thinking into them.
Thank you, Maria. I thought it was great. Thank you.
Anyone want to add to it?
Well, it's very interesting because now obviously I've got a lot of time on my hands at work, what I do in security. And it's quite interesting. A lot of the information, what you see on social media, yeah, it's quite interesting. You know, so what I've managed to do in my time is really read books which have got a lot of joy and a lot of happiness. And just to remember to people that there's a lot of positive and there's a lot of great people doing wonderful things around the world.
Yes.
Doing great things around the world. Please let's not forget them. But unfortunately, we have media, yeah, and we know it can be mass media, as I call it,
yes,
which are drumming negativity down people's necks. And it's really causing them a lot of anxiety, you know? It seems to be a lot of stuff on social media, which I'm going to highlight and talk about,
yes,
and
relate
to what I'm going to talk about. But I honestly feel, Claire and Marie, that you'll really enjoy what I'm going to speak to tonight when I talk.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm very aware that people are getting more aware of the situation, yeah. But what I still see as I am in work, a lot of people are still wondering about. Now, what I mean a lot of people wondering about means there's probably a lot of kids who are knocking about and knocking around, who probably won't understand what's going on.
Yes.
Some can be quite rude. You know, some are really quite rude. It seems as a big joke. So, yeah, it's really important that we don't tell them off or we don't grab them and hit them, because obviously we know we can't do that. But sometimes it's just to be a little bit, you know, mindful and make sure that they're not abusing people too much.
Yeah.
Spitting at people and doing all kinds of things. We've got to really, you know, be responsible and take control of the situation to say, look, enough people have got enough worries, but, you know, we have to try and behave in a respectful way to one another.
Yes.
I see that quite a lot, but I still see the anxiety the kind of fear. So yeah, thanks, Maria. That's what I'd like to talk.
Yeah, and the strain is going to be even bigger day by day. I've spoken today to someone who is worried about paying their household bills because they live basically month to month, week to week with the wages that they get. So there will be lots of people really struggling, and so far as we know, majority of energy companies have not done anything about putting off the bill payment or any kind of help with that apart from advice. So this is a situation which is really very difficult, that is already starting within days from the quarantine, and not the ability of not going to be able to make any money whatsoever. And then you've got the companies, the business owners, who have people employed, and they are not able to do anything with the wages payment, for instance. And I was reading today some advice from the government regarding self-employed people, how they can claim their support, and they cannot do anything until end of April, and they have to wait for the HMRC to actually invite them to apply.
Wow, that's going to take a long time, isn't it? I mean, what do you do in the meantime? Because you need to wait. You need to do...
In the meantime, you just have to do whatever you can. If you have any money, you might be able to survive. But what happens if you don't? And many people don't. And the same situation is with employees. There is two ways you can deal with employees. You can agree with them that you lay them off and they can go, and those that you can keep, you can put them on sick leave. But that is 70 odd pounds a week, and you know, who can keep family on 70 pounds a week? There is lots of things which are not in place yet. The only thing that is currently in place for business owners and companies is a loan scheme, which again, God knows if everyone is going to be able to get who applies for it. And even then you have to tell them exactly what that money is for. So how much of that is going for your wages, how much is to suppliers, and how much is for your business expense, and how much is for investment to carry on your business. But if everybody is locked at home, how they can take a loan which they can't repay, possibly?
Yeah, that's crazy. You're right there.
So we are really in you know, in a water, shall I say, and we don't know where the current is taking us. So that is the situation. But even though I don't know, for the first time in my life, I am very positive about the outcome from this crisis. I am very positive, and I look forward to it when we come out of it, and just enjoy that we are all safe and well, and we can get on with our lives.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
So that is why I think, you know, we need to, if nobody else, we need to be strong for ourselves and for everyone else. So without further ado, we're going to talk about it a little bit more, but allow me to introduce Frankie.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I
Hello.
can hear you now. Yes.
I totally agree, Maria.
Thank you, Beth.
Actually, we need to ask good questions to the people to make them think more.
Yes.
And we have to be in touch with people, even with a video on FaceTime.
Absolutely. We need to be really doing things that definitely can help others. But by helping others, the beauty of it is that by helping others, we help ourselves.
Exactly. The more we help others, the more we help ourselves.
So
and also become more creative.
Absolutely.
No, absolutely, no, you're right. The situation pushes us to be creative, really,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's going to be good for a lot of us. But at the same time, as you mentioned, Maria, so a lot of people are suffering from anxiety because of all this. And then when
Yes.
you are anxious, it's quite difficult to be creative, isn't it?
Yes.
So maybe we are the lucky ones in here on this panel. Yeah.
Definitely. Claire, would you like to add anything?
No, it's just that we've got time now, haven't we, for people to think about what they're doing, to
Absolutely.
use that time for training, you know, sort of finding out what it is they really want and what's
That's right.
meaningful to them, so they can actually gives them perhaps more confidence to make a change that they've been thinking about but haven't dared to do. Perhaps looking at other ways of working and living, I think, really.
Yes. If you go onto our Dolphin Global Network group page on Facebook, you will see a couple of very interesting articles written by one of our supporters from Manchester. He is the what you call he's a bailiff, and he is written an article about some financial reviews and business reviews. And if I may add to it, yes, Claire and every one of you are absolutely right. For business owners, it is the time where we can learn new skills, review the business, review the financial status of the company, and plan for the future. Because there is something called Zygmunt curve. I don't know if any of you have heard of it. It's basically that in business, in life, and in nature, we have seasons. So we have winter, spring, summer, and autumn. And in business and generally in life, we are having the same periods of time. So we are currently in winter.
A bad winter.
Yes, a very bad winter. And this is the time when we need to gather forces, gather strength, gather knowledge, be creative, and do the reviews and learn from those reviews. Be able to plan and be able to get ready for the time when we can just set off and run and reap the rewards of our work currently now. So even if it is really, really hard for some people, even if it is the lowest possible income for any business, this is the time.
You want some soup?
No.
And we rebuild our strength. Okay. So Frankie, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, let's go.
Hold on tight. So, yeah, very happy to be on this Zoom with some friends, some dear friends who are on the same mission as myself. Yeah, wanted to make a difference to the world, wanted to change people's lives. So, I know Maria, and I've met Claire, and I know Roger, but I know there's another gentleman on. What is your name, sir, if I don't mind me asking? Yes, what is your name, sir?
Beat.
Hello.
Oh, Beat.
Beat.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Beat. It's a pleasure
Beat,
having you on.
Beat
It's a pleasure having you on. And thanks for joining us. And thank you all for joining tonight and supporting Maria, as you say, a wonderful global network organization, which is really helping me grow and helping me develop my entrepreneurial skills and my leadership skills. And I'm hoping to help other people as well and share that knowledge like we all do. But I'm just happy to be giving this presentation. Thanks again. What this presentation is going to be about, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, and associates. It's about really, because it's very interesting what Maria said about the situation in today, and you know what Claire said and what everybody else said about the situation today, which is really important for us all, you know. And I really want people to be positive and see the positive of what's going on. But I really want people to really hold true to what's really important about our lives, and to hold true about what value we're going to create. Because one thing I do know, that after all this, yeah, a lot of things are going to change. And it's going to change on a very, very deep, sort of like profound level of life. So, you know, let's not try and get hooked up in the mass media, because it is a mass media. It always gives us false hope. Things are going to change. We all know that for a fact, yeah. So, you know, I think words have to be really, really careful here. So, yeah, we know that things are going to change. We want to make sure that we're all prepared and we're all happy. And we all understand that things are going to change. Hope, we all have hope. And I'm hoping for the better. I'm sure it's going to be for the better, as Maria touched on, yeah. So I'm excited to see what happens after this, really am, after this coronavirus. So what I'm going to touch on, yeah, I'm going to touch on a topic, yeah, and it's called the human givings, okay? The human givings, yeah? Now, I'm going to speak to you a little bit about what that is, yeah, and why it's so important to us all in this time, especially in this time. So I'm going to read a couple of lines, and I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about it, okay? Innate needs. The human givings model proposes that human beings come into the world with a given set of innate needs, together with innate resources to support them to get those needs met. Physical needs for nutritious food, clean water, air, and sleep are obvious and well understood, because when they are not met, people die. However, the emotional needs, which a human givings approach seeks to bring to wider attention, are less obvious and less well understood, but just as important to human health. Decades of social and health psychology research now support this. So basically, what I want to say is, as I'm talking, because I really like to interact with the people who are on the actual presentation, they're actually on this webinar, actually on this, you know, this event tonight. So I really like to interact with you. So please.
Yeah, that's really there. And we don't want to interrupt, but yes, if you want us to.
Yeah, because I really want you to understand this, really want you to feel, you know, what I'm talking about. Yeah. So the human givings approach defines 9 emotional needs. But before I go into these 9 emotional needs, if I was to ask you, every one of you who's on here tonight, what emotional need or innate need do you feel that you'd like to talk about or you'd like to write down? If you could think of one, Maria, would I like to start with you? Could you think of like an innate need?
Love.
Important for you?
Love, yeah, and also being accepted, be part of a group. I think that's also very important, because when you don't belong to anything, in a way, a lot of people feel lost. Yeah, and then
Okay.
this is when perhaps it could affect us mentally.
So really, OJ, what you say, be part of the group is really important. That's an innate need.
Yeah, because why I'm saying that, because that's how I feel as well. Now, yeah, obviously there are other needs like shelter, family, love, as Maria mentioned, recognition. But I know personally that's when I reflect on myself, the one that comes a lot is actually belonging somewhere. Yeah, and I think to me it's very important, and I'm sure it's important to hundreds of thousands of people.
Thank you very much for that, Roger. Marie, would you like to add anything to that, please?
Yes, I think love is the biggest emotion that anyone can give. And I'm not talking about just loving some close person to us. I'm talking about unconditional love, love, acceptance, respect, and gratitude. This is the strongest emotion that I can think of and I know of, and I believe that love resolves lots and lots of things.
Yeah, but that's very interesting. Yeah, can I say something? Yeah.
That's great. Thank you so much, Maria. That's really great. I'm just writing this down. Yeah. And is it Bet? Is it Bet again? Sorry, Bet. Is it? Yeah. Is that your name, Bet?
Beat.
Sorry, Bic.
It's all right. It's okay.
Sorry, Bic. Excuse me. Bic, would you like to add something, Bic?
Yeah, it's like we are human beings, but we have a soul, we have a body, and a spirit, and we need all need to be fed constantly.
I like that. Thank you very much. When you mean fed, what do you mean by that, Bic?
How can we feed? We can either do it ourselves or we can share it with other people.
Excellent.
We have to listen out. I met a man last week who said, I like to get this illness so I can die. He was very angry.
I understand that, yeah. I understand that.
Men will have a tougher time than women, I think, some men, because they don't share it.
I agree with you. They keep it to themselves.
But that's very dangerous. That will, yeah. Well, you mean when you keep your feeling in and then you don't express them out, yeah.
And then the suicide comes.
Yes.
And then violence, not just suicide, but also domestic violence and violence comes.
Oh yeah, domestic violence and even men have problems with the children, with the girls. 80% of American girls have been hurt by men.
80%, yeah. And,
a lot.
It is a lot, yes.
Interesting what you just said, because just recently they've been doing some statistics around what's happening in the UK because of the, anyway, domestic violence has increased.
Mm.
So,
and this is the time when it will even, I would say, at least double.
Yeah. Quite possibly, yeah. And then fortunately, my family in the UK and the rest, the family in France, are not it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and when people living together, they never live together for long. But now they're getting on top of each other sometimes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Claire, would you like to touch on something for me, please, Claire?
Sorry, what was that? Touch on what?
Would you like to say, is it like an innate need, what stands out for you and what's really important for you, what you feel is really important at this time?
I think for staying at home, having a routine, lots of people will they won't know what to do because they haven't got the normal routine.
Yeah.
I'm not, I like being at home, so it doesn't bother me too much. But even I have to get up and have a set routine of things to do, like positive motivation, take the dog out for a walk, etc. Because otherwise you can quite easily some people probably quite easily go within themselves and, probably don't get dressed or because they haven't got the normal focus. And will focus on their inability to do things and their feelings around that. So, for example, not being able to see family members, etc. And I think the more you focus on that negativity, the more then that will link into those kind of feelings and therefore actions. And I think at times like these, particularly within the network marketing or any business, online, Facebook support groups, I think it's going to be absolutely key because everyone likes to feel they are part of a group.
Yes.
But at this particular time, they need not just the training for whatever business or whatever, but the actual sort of that social network around them, so that support network. So whether it's getting together and doing a quiz, or getting together to play silly games, or getting together, to do some fitness together. They need that group support, and I think that is going to be quite key for a lot of people, which is what I've seen on Facebook. People are creating, karaoke sessions, people to join in, and entertainment things,
Yes.
that support.
So something I learned the other day is it's good to have a laugh.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
And so we got to even make jokes and encourage one another to have a big laughter or a chuckle or something. I'll do that.
Absolutely.
It's the best form of medicine, isn't it? Yeah, the best form of medicine. So,
And for that purpose, we have created online event on Saturday afternoon at 4 p.m.
Oh wow, yeah.
And last Saturday we had lots of fun.
Yeah, we did indeed, yeah.
Excellent. That's great.
So taking advantage of this, and please join us on Saturday for fun.
Fun, camaraderie, yeah. Really, it's the best medicine. It's the best medicine, yeah? Yeah?
Yes, definitely.
So thank you very much, Roger. Thank you, Maria. Thank you very much, Claire. Thank you very much, Vic. I've written down everything what you said. I think it's very, very positive, yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
And I'm going to keep it. Now I'm going to add to mine. And I think it's great what you've all said. It's really important, yeah? Because it gives me different ideas of how people are feeling, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. The way I'm feeling, what I feel is really important, because what you've all said is excellent and really important. But for me, what I'm really feeling is missing out of society is compassion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Totally.
Compassion.
I totally agree with you there. Everything is talked about.
Yeah, just 1 minute, Roger. Just let me finish, please. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, that's okay. Sorry about this.
I feel like compassion, yeah, is very, very important, because love is, all what you said is important. Love is unconditional love is very important. But I feel like compassion, yeah, brings everything together. Compassion's about sincerity, it's about love, it's about honesty, it's about trust, it's about caring for people, caring for the planet, mindfulness, yeah, what we're thinking. Compassion for me embraces everything. And I honestly feel that there's a real lack of that in the world. We need more compassion.
Agreed, yes.
Yeah.
And I think when we have compassion, we don't just care for people, we care about the planet and everything what we live in, everything, When we look at the birds and we look at the flowers and we look at animals and we look at the trees and everything is so connected to our lives. But we have to have this compassion to understand that everything around us is our responsibility, and to really care for that. And I honestly feel if the world does go that way, which I'm sure it is, yeah, compassion can embrace and change everything, yeah. So I really feel like compassion is really what's missing. And once we can have that and understand what that is, and respect that, yeah, hopefully we can put that into value and put that into practice, into everyday life. So I'd probably say compassion. I'd probably say people need to be mindful as well. I think mindfulness is really, really important, yeah. A real mindfulness to everyone around us and what's going on, yeah. And even words and what we say, just to really think about what we're saying.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's so important, because people can interpret different words to how they see that word being interpreted, or it can mean two things to certain people. So to be really mindful of the people around us and how they're feeling, and a real care for how they're feeling, and asking them, how are you today? So I've been actually doing that quite a lot, but I do that anyway, but I'm doing it a lot more now, you see, because I know how important it really is just to smile, how are you, just to say hello to people, because everyone's feeling anxious. You can feel it and you can see it, So just to be really mindful, to smile, say hello, be polite, and just be the best person you can be, So I'm going to leave that there.
Okay.
But what I want to talk on now, yeah, thank you for all your answers. So we've gone through the innate needs of the human givings, yeah? Yeah. I'm going to list 9 aspects of the human givings, yeah, which defines 9 emotional needs, okay? If anybody wants to talk about them, we can talk about them, or we can go through them again.
Yeah.
So I've seen all your innate needs on here, what you said, guys, and that's great. Thank you so much, yeah? They say that 9 emotional needs, yeah, are security, yeah, that's the first one. A sense of safety and security, safe territory and environment in which people can live without experience excessive fear so that they can develop healthily. Okay? Everyone clear with that, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Is that the one you just mentioned, Frankie?
Yeah. A sense of safety and security, safe territory, an environment in which people can live without experiencing excessive fear so that they can develop healthily. That's the first one, okay?
Yes.
The second one is autonomy and control. A sense of autonomy and control over what happens around and to us. Yeah. The third one is status. A sense of status, being accepted and valued in the various social groups we belong to. Privacy, time and space enough to reflect on and consolidate our experiences. Attention, receiving attention from others, but also giving it a form of essential nutrition that fuels the development of each individual, family, and culture. Connection to the wider community, interaction with a larger group of people, and the sense of being part of the group. Intimacy, emotional connection to other people, friendship, love, intimacy, and fun. Competence and achievement, a sense of our own competence and achievements, that we have what it takes to meet life's demands. Meaning and purpose, being stretched, aiming for meaningful goals, having a sense of a higher calling or serving others creates meaning and purpose. So I honestly believe with them 9 innate needs of emotional needs, I feel what we've talked about as well and our emotional needs actually connect exactly to what they are, the 9 emotional needs.
So there is one I must have missed because I'm counting 8. I've just been writing them down as we go down.
Yeah. So what have you got there, Roger?
I've got security,
Yeah.
Autonomy, and when we have control.
And control, yeah.
Status.
Status, yeah.
Privacy, time and yeah.
Yeah.
Attention.
Attention, yeah.
Connection, part of a group and connection
to the wider community, yeah.
Intimacy.
Yeah.
And then the one after that, I've got competence and achievement.
Yeah.
And the one after that, I missed
meaning and purpose.
Oh, meaning and purpose.
Yeah. Very, very related to what we just talked about, our innate needs. Would you agree with that? Yeah?
Yes.
And which one stands out for you? Which one do you like?
I think for me, if I may go first, is mindfulness. Simply because I think we need to be able to be mindful of everything that goes around us. So that way we can foresee things. We can be that one step ahead. We can feel, we can notice things. So when we are mindful, we are calm, we are stable, we are able to be creative, we are able to answer questions that need to be answered. We are able to help to answer questions for other people. And I think we have, when we are mindful, we have bigger sensitivity to everything that surrounds us.
Thank you very, very much, Maria. I love when you speak. It's always very wise to learn so much.
Thank you.
Yes. Like from all of you as well, yeah?
Yeah.
I learned so much. So what I'm going to touch on now, thank you so much for that. I'm going to touch on innate resources of the human givings. innate resources. Okay, if anybody wants me to, if anyone knows what that word means or wants to explain what we mean by resources, I will do that. But it's innate resources. So I'm going to speak to you a little bit about that. I'll mention the 9 resources, and then we'll give a resource ourselves. Okay. He said the human givings model also consists of a set of resources, abilities, and capabilities that all human beings are born with, which are used to get the innate needs met. These constitute what is termed an innate guidance system. Learning how to use these resources well is seen as being key to achieving and sustaining robust biopsychological health as individuals and as groups, families, communities, societies, and cultures. So, speaking on that, ladies and gentlemen, what would you feel your innate resources is? Could I start with you, Maria? What would you say your innate resources?
Me out. My inner resources.
Or innate resources.
My innate resources is my mindfulness. So basically, my ability to go into a state of meditation, be able to visualize, be able to observe, be able to draw conclusions from my observations, be able to learn from others' mistakes, and observing what is going around me, being responsible for what is going around me and within me, but most of all, being able to get the answers from within.
Yeah, I love that, Maria, getting the answers from within. I love that, Maria, I love that. Yeah, because sometimes we don't ask for the right things, do we, Maria?
Yes.
And if we ask for it, sometimes asking, you'll get answers, won't you? Questions.
Always.
Get the answers.
Always.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Thanks, Maria. Claire, would you like to touch on anything, please?
When you're talking about answers.
Claire, would you like to touch on anything?
Me?
Sorry?
My resources, it's probably my intuition, which is very strong at times, but also very accurate, although I'd never know what it's trying to tell me sometimes, apart from whether to do something or not do something. But I have a lot of instances where if I'd listened to my intuition, so I do take more notice of it now, more signs around from the universe as well.
I love that.
So more signs for the universe. So what I would say there, Claire, is more aware.
Awareness, yeah.
Yeah.
More awareness.
I get lots of signs.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you so much for that, Claire. I'm just writing that down. Excellent, Claire. I love them answers. I thought they were really great. Something for me to think about as well, and everybody else. Roger, would you like to add to anything?
Yeah, I could, yeah. Innate resources. Yeah, I think, yeah, we have one dominant one. Yeah, we probably have one dominant resource.
Say that again, sorry, Roger, sorry.
We probably have one dominant, like let's just mention about our intuition. That must be a dominant innate resource. I'm sure she also has other resources before, around that. That makes sense.
Say that again, sorry, Roger. It seems to be a little bit bad. Go on, go on. Say that again, sorry, Roger. Can you repeat yourself, please?
Right?
Can you repeat yourself, sorry, Roger?
It's all right. I'm just waiting for you to be ready. That's all. Yeah. Okay. So the Claire just mentioned that her innate resource, intuition. Okay, and that's probably her dominant one. Yeah, but I'm sure she.
My good friend, I want to know yours.
If you let me finish, then I will be able to explain what I mean. So especially also others. Mine, the one that dominates my life at the moment, is about connection. Yeah, connectivity between people, because
Yeah.
battling for the last 2 or 3 years up until today
Yeah.
about the connection in my family, and it's something that's affected me quite a lot. Positive on the French side, and it's been difficult on the English side of it, much more difficult. But I am getting some results in terms of using what I have learned so far through coaching and other things. Yeah, and intuition can come into it too, because I can sense more. I can probably understand people, not just
Yeah.
intellectual point of view, but also from I don't know how to describe it, but how I don't know what the word is for it, but more on the intuition side of things, yeah. And so because as you know, but you don't mind me mentioning Gwen, Frankie, do you?
Do I yet, Roger? No, I don't want you to mention anything, my dear friend.
Right. So I lost Gwen on the 22nd of February, and the side of the family is quite. It's not connecting very well. Yeah, there is a lot of things not being solved in her life, and my mission over that really is to try to make sure that people connect in the best possible way, because I think there has been a lot of time wasted on that, unfortunately, in this life. That, you know, the petty things, John said that, people said that, and all the rest of it. So they move away from that. If that's the way they want to live life, that's fine with me. But at the
Yeah.
same time, this is where compassion comes in, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Faith.
Yeah.
And by talking to different people, I have to act on that. And I thought, right, okay, I need to have some compassion myself. So I don't know, it's difficult to go into all the details, but and then try to connect people better, because most of the time it's just silly what people fall out about most of the time.
Yeah.
And 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 then I had certain exceptions throughout. For example, last night I had an hour discussion on the phone. It was emotionally exhausting.
Yeah.
At the same time, it was very positive, because it feels a lot of anger about the stepsister and different things. And I managed to calm him down to make it more sense. I said to him, uh, because this and that happened, because that person suffers from, let's say, split personality disorder or borderline, doesn't necessarily make it.
Okay. I get that. I understand that.
At the same time, is to make, that's just an example, make him understand, you know, and he started to accept all, yeah. And then now, anyway, there is plenty of example I could give, but that I'm not going to do that. But there is a lot of that in West.
So I feel, Roger, because you know about connectivity, yeah? Because you said about connectivity.
Yeah.
I honestly feel that you're connected to them. What I would say from my experience, probably Gwen's family are probably still grieving.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They're probably still upset. And
Yeah.
it's probably something that they need to change in their lives. And that might be the journey what they need to go on to change it.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I thought it was interesting that you talked about compassion there, Roger, which was great. If
About-
you have compassion, which I know you've got a lot of compassion, Roger, yeah, that will change. But your behavior, I think, is really important to the situation. Yeah. So you will be the person to change it. And I know that you'll change that, my friend. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And then
Yeah.
There is, if I may add, there are 5 stages of death.
Yeah.
And your family currently is in the stage of anger. So you've got to overcome that, and then comes the reflection and settlement.
And also, even before Gwen, for a long time,
Yeah.
things like that going on in the background, you know, and that kind of thing. And it does affect people's life. And then even Gwen sometimes, you know, when she sent a text, because Gwen also suffered from a lot of mental health issues, and then we mentioned that earlier at the beginning of this session tonight. And then sometime she sent a text about something, and I said, "What did you send that text for?" And then she said, "Makes me feel better." And I said to her, "Yeah, for how long?" And she accepted that. Actually, she only feels better for 5 minutes, if that. And 10 minutes down the line, half an hour down the line, she thinking, "No, he's right. I shouldn't have done it."
Yeah.
And then there is a lot of things like that going on, and then obviously bless Gwen. I mean, obviously she was suffering from a lot of this. And so,
Okay, shall we get this into it now, please?
Yeah. Thank you very much for that, Roger. Yeah. Vic, would you like to add your innate resources, please?
Yeah. Okay. There's one thing which is interesting and hasn't been mentioned is we need to have peace.
Say that again, sorry. Peace.
We need to have peace. When you're at peace, you are much more in control.
I like that. I like that.
And something which I learned recently, our behavior is horizontal with one another.
our
connection is horizontal with one another.
Wow.
But we forget about the vertical one because we cannot do everything ourselves.
No, we can't. That's true. That.
And so we're not an infinite being. We need support and we need wisdom. Only the one who made us gives us wisdom like nobody else. So when we have a vertical and a horizontal in balance, we have more peace.
So what you would say there, Vic, I love that, because what you're probably saying there, Vic, and I think it's something which I need to develop, and probably everybody else may develop. You hear the word, Vic, equilibrium. Equilibrium. I love that word, equilibrium. And what for me, Vic, that means like having a real balance in your life of like family, social life, business, entertainment, fun, having that real balance of equilibrium. Do you say that, Vic? Yeah.
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 But we've sorry to say, but we forget God sometimes. We think ourselves we're enough, but we don't.
Yeah. But then again, Vic, we say a lot of these words, don't we? God help us. I hope I do this. I pray that I win this. But we don't really sometimes put into practice, do we? We say these words, but sometimes we don't really value them and use them, do we? Consistently. Yeah.
Because we have an ecosystem.
We have a what? Sorry, Vic.
We have an ecosystem in ourselves.
Ecosystem, yes.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Ecosystem, did you say? Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I like that, Vic. Thank you so much. It was great. Thanks for all your answers, guys. I really enjoyed them. I've really written them down because I'm going to learn something from these. What I would like to add, what I think my inner resources are, God, it's got out of my head. But my inner resources, it's completely gone.
Okay.
How about your chanting?
I would say, yeah, I was just going to say that. My inner resources, is self-control, patience, self-control and patience. Now, I thought it was good there, what Vic just talked about. He talked about something there when he says inner peace. But I think sometimes self-control and being careful how you react to certain situations, So that does revolve self-control,
Yeah.
That's very good. I'm glad you mentioned that tonight, Frankie. Yeah,
Does that make sense? Because I honestly feel when you have self-control, as Vic says, when you react to certain situations, you see things a lot more clearly.
Exactly.
You see the situation a lot more clearly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And not only that, you can teach something else about their life as well, especially if they're coming from a point of negativity or anger. So with you being self-control and having patience, yeah, it reflects back then to the person.
Yes,
So you can teach a person something about their life. Does that make sense?
it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, fear and anger are kind of related together.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah, that is right. And probably I put on there, yeah, self-reflection, yeah. We're reflecting on ourselves, you know, yeah.
Yes.
So I think sometimes, you know, I think there's a time and a place to say something, or a time and a place to stand up for yourself.
Yes.
But there may be a time and a place where you think, well, I don't really need to say anything now, yeah, because I know that it's not my situation, it's their situation, or it's their problem. Does that make sense? Yeah?
Yeah.
So thank you all very much for your answers. I'm going to leave it there. Yeah, I've written everything down what you put. I think it's very important. I hope you've written them down as well, and other people's answers.
Yeah, thank you.
Said. Yeah, but there's 3 reasons for mental illness. This is what I'm going to touch on, and that's where I'm going to finish. Yeah, so I'm going to touch on the 3 reasons for mental illness. Yeah, this is the human givings. Okay. Yeah, a further organising idea profit by the human givings approach is to suggest that there are 3 main reasons why individuals may not be getting their needs met, and thus why they may become mentally ill.
Yeah.
Guys, do you have any suggestions or anything you'd like to highlight on that? Why people become mentally ill?
Inability to cope with the issues.
Yeah, I agree. Like, yeah.
Blaming others.
Oh, yeah.
So, Maria, ability to cope.
And
Yeah.
others, yeah.
Ability to cope.
Inability to cope. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Inability, yeah. Inability to cope and blaming others, yeah.
Yeah, that's a national game. That's an international game. I think most of the population in the world do it.
Right, okay. Claire, would you like to add anything?
I think, going on from what Maria said, the pressures just get too much that they can't see a way out.
Okay. It's like going down, yeah. Pressure's too much. Can't see a way out, yeah. So in other words, you give up then, don't you, Claire?
Sorry?
Probably make irrational behaviours and don't they? They give up and start doing irrational thinking until they start needing to do irrational things and things what are not going right, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Vic, would you like to add anything?
Well, basically speaking, I read the Bible and I think that's one of the best books you can read. Okay.
Excellent.
I agree with you.
So reading books, yeah?
Yeah.
And reading the Bible, I think that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is because people think it's old-fashioned. Believe me, it isn't.
It's not, no, and you know, who knows, Vic, the fact that we're thinking about this tonight, who knows, maybe if we can put it out there to the universe, and hopefully if we want to pray or meditate or do what we need to do, you know, there's no harm in that. It's one of the best virtues we can have. If we feel we want to do that, put it out to the universe, why don't we do that and create some positive energy, you know? So thanks for that, Vic. It's great. I put down reading positive books and reading positive and healthy books. Yeah.
Don't listen to the news.
Exactly. Don't listen to the news. I'll put that as well. Don't listen to the news.
You may have to do now and again, but not all the time. After a while.
Yeah. Don't listen to the news. Excellent.
I haven't listened to the news for a long time now.
Or don't watch the soaps.
Yeah.
If I need to know something, people tell me.
Or it comes to you on its own.
Roger, my good friend, would you like to add to that?
Yeah, I said don't watch the soaps.
Don't
watch the soaps. You know, the I'm not
Oh, the Coronation Street and like
even
and the likes.
yeah.
Yeah, Constipation Street and
When I first came to this country,
Dead Enders.
dead enders, yeah. When I first came to this country, though, watching the song did help me to learn English. But I noticed as time went on, they added more and more violence and more people seeking vengeance all the time. And I thought that was becoming too sick, too bad. Yeah, I even said to Gwen, I understand why you want to watch it, but there is enough of that in the world. Then we just pile on it. You know, I don't know, as an entertainment and stuff like that. So, so I don't watch them at all now. Finished.
Excellent. Thanks for that, Roger. Yeah. So, yeah, I like what you say there, Roger, about the TV. I mean, the funny thing about some of these soaps and these TV programs, what you watch, they're nothing like that in real life, are they? They're totally nothing like that in real life. You can speak to someone in East End, and it's nothing like East Enders.
No.
So, you know, I'm glad we're aware of that. Yeah. What I'd like to add for me, the 3 reasons for mental illness for me, because I've been through this, is obviously escapism.
Yeah.
Trying to escape
Oh,
from
yeah.
life.
So denial, in other words.
In denial,
Yeah.
drugs, drink,
Yeah.
all the things what I've done, you know, fighting, you know, bullying, trying to think that I'm better than everybody, you know, which can lead to mental illness.
Mm-hmm,
You know,
mm-hmm.
obviously we know the dangers. So for me, it's probably obviously drugs
Yeah.
and drink, yeah, and escapism. Because you
Exactly.
want to escape from life, don't you? So yeah,
Yeah.
what escapism, yeah, okay. Dominated by ego. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a very bad mental illness. Dominated by egoism. Okay. So I'm going to read out 3 aspects here of mental illness,
Okay.
and we'll talk about them. Yeah.
Yes.
And then I'll finish it there. Is that okay, Maria?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah. So they said the 3 reasons for mental illness. Yeah. Environment.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Something in our environment is interfering with our ability to get our needs met. Our
And I fully
environment
agree with that.
is toxic. Bullying boss, antisocial neighbours, or simply lacks what we need, community. Yeah, or simply lacks what we need, community. The second one is damage. Something is wrong with our resources, our hardware, brain, body, or software, missing or incomplete instincts and or unhelpful conditioning, such as post-traumatic stress disorder, is damaged. Okay? And
Yeah.
the third one is knowledge. We may not know what we need, or we may not have been taught, or may have failed to learn the coping skills necessary for getting our needs met. For example, how to use the imagination for problem solving rather than worrying, or how to make and sustain friendships. When dealing with mental illness or distress, this framework provides a checklist that guides both diagnosis and treatment. Okay? So
Yeah.
they're the 3 illnesses: environment, damage, and knowledge. And for me, I'd just like to touch on, for me, the environment. But when you look at the environment we're in, you know, it's what I found quite interesting about the times we're in now, my friends, is that what people have put on social media are the kind of conspiracy theories, everybody's fears, even what we see around us in society and the communities. Yeah. To me, it all kind of makes sense. Yeah. But when I talk about the environment, when I hear about all these things what are going on, I'm not surprised people have got mental illness, because what is in our environment is not helping us as human beings.
Oh, you tell
Yes.
me. Yeah, I agree.
Okay? Yeah. And I'm talking about technology here, ladies and gentlemen and friends. Yeah. I'm talking about technology, you know? Yeah. One of the biggest problems. And I did a talk, and I think Roger heard that talk. I did a talk because I'm in an organisation called Toastmasters, which is a public speaking talk like organisation. Yeah. I did a talk on weapons of mass distraction.
Mhm.
And what I meant by the weapons of mass distraction was the technology around us, how it's really causing us illness, you know, and really making us ill, you know. And it's interesting over here so much of it now. And I realize and think of all the negative things that are around me and I think, you know, it kind of all makes sense, you know.
Yes.
So it's really making me think deeply, you know, about the environment. And I can
Mhm.
understand why people have so much mental illness, you know. So yeah, and the damage, obviously, I know the damage through drink. Obviously, another thing I feel as well for mental illness, damage, is drinking drugs. I feel there's too much drugs in this country and in the world in general, and that's not helping people either. Okay, so yeah.
Right. Is it okay? Could I add something?
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah. I like what Beat said earlier in terms of having a balanced life, you know. That also can be very, obviously, is personal. I think we should have a more balanced life, like as a community, as a nation, yeah, because a lot of, just to mention climate change, they've noticed now, since a lot of the activities have been reduced to practically nil in a lot of big cities, the pollution has gone down. And then, so you mentioned about nature earlier, Frankie, and all that. So
Yeah,
telling us we need to have a more balanced life overall for ourselves, but also on the macrocosm. That makes sense, you know, everywhere.
yeah.
That makes sense or not?
It does make sense, yeah. It does make sense. Thanks, Roger.
Can I say something?
Of course you can.
I am when you mentioned the second point, damage, and the post-traumatic, shall I say, disorder.
Yeah.
I think, and this is what really upsets me a lot, is the fact that we have prominent members of the world and each society being involved in variety of traumas for children. So I'm talking about trade with children being sold for variety of reasons.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the abuse. I'm talking about the authoritarian abuse as well. I'm talking about people who are using their authority to belittle another person
Great point, Maria. Great points. Great points.
avoiding the respect that is to be given. I'm talking about priests who are abusing children. I'm talking about members of family
Yeah.
being violent against their own members of family, abusing their own children, and so on and so on. There is huge amount of that, and there is no help for those victims. The church is covering it up. The big fishes are covering it up. They are basically covering each other. We have this now quite open in the air, but still there is not enough activity to prosecute those people. I was abused myself when I was 3 years old. And luckily it was not a member of my family. But in those days, this was a taboo. You couldn't talk to anyone. And as a 3-year-old, I bottled it up. And it didn't affect me until I was about 40 years old.
Oh, and so also
during that time, I started to do a research. And I read few books on that topic. And at the time, the statistics were absolutely horrible, because majority of victims, such as child abuse, etc., they had either gone into alcoholism, drugs, prostitution, or committed suicide.
Yeah.
Hardly anyone came out well out of that, according
I
to those
understand that.
statistics. So the damage,
Yeah.
the mental damage. In fact, yesterday I was speaking to somebody who was mentally abused from childhood until the adulthood, when that person left the household. So the damage is huge, and it's no wonder that we are now having 1 in 4 members of the public mentally impaired. On top of that,
Exactly,
we've got the latest technology, which
I know.
creates that as well. Media, I mean, when I went to study at Manchester Metropolitan University, I
Yeah.
was studying politics. And in the 3rd year, we were analyzing the music industry, the film industry, the book industry. My hair stood up. And after that, I stopped reading newspapers. I stopped watching news. I just cut myself away from that dirt, from that terrifying thing.
It's horrible,
And that
isn't
was
it?
the best thing I could do. That was the best thing I could do.
And Maria, I'd just like to say, what an incredibly strong and lady I really admire. What a very strong lady. And, you know, and I really admire and respect women because, you know, their strength and what they bring, you know, to life and to men is incredible. So I really thank you for sharing that, Maria, your strength and your wisdom and your compassion and your courage. And I've learned so much from you. So thanks for sharing that, Maria.
You're welcome.
And I think for me, what Maria touched on there, what really hurts me and what I'm really angry about is there's people, yeah, in high positions with high qualified jobs and positions, judges, lawyers, solicitors, police, talk about the church and our politics, who are really indulging in these types of behaviours. Now, they always say there's good and bad in everyone, but you know, that's too easy to say that for me. But these issues need to be challenged because we're talking about kids here and people's lives. We're talking about the future of humanity and the next generation. That's why, for me, as you all know, I'm so passionate to work with youth because what society we live in if we can't even trust our authorities and the people supposed to be protecting us? You know, what society are we creating? So we talk about mental illness. There's no wonder, is there, why so many people are suffering mental illness.
It is no wonder, no.
You know, they're saying now that in the next, I hope not, but in the next 10 or 15 years, that 1 in 7 children will be approached by a paedophile. Now, to me, that is absolutely disgusting. Yeah,
it is disgusting.
It makes me very angry. You know, to know that this is the society we live in. You know.
So, Frankie, I apologize. I just missed the last bit you mentioned.
Yeah.
My friend of mine, what did you say before that? Sorry.
No, I'm just saying that they're saying 1 in 7 people will be approached by a paedophile.
Oh, 1 in 7?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Or a child, you know, a child. So we have to be really mindful and really aware, aren't we, of what's really going on in our society and what's happening now. We really highlight the really important things about life and what needs to change, what needs to be transformed.
Absolutely.
You know. So thanks for sharing that. Thanks for all your input tonight, guys. I've written down everything what you've said. It was really valuable, and it's really nice to hear all your different opinions and different values. But what I'd like to finish with as well, guys, we've really had some great talks tonight. You know a little bit more about the human givings, which I'm going to explore a little bit more. But please, what you've talked about tonight, please try and use it in your everyday lives and put it into practice in your everyday lives. And let's be aware of what's going on. Let's try and make a difference. Is that okay?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so thank you so much for your input and all your wisdom and words of compassion and encouragement. It was great. And yeah, thank you so much for the value it all. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Frankie.
No, you're welcome.
Wonderful. So now we normally would go into a description and more details from Dolphin Global Network, but instead we would like to go to you and you telling us a little bit about what you do, how you help others, and who you would like to be connected to. So,
to be, sorry,
who do you wish to be connected to?
connect to, oh, I see, yeah.
Okay, so Claire, could we possibly ask with you, please?
Can I ask you one thing? Can we have 2-minute breaks? And I need a drink and I don't want to miss anything.
Okay, so let's have 2-minute break.
Then please, and I need to go
Okay.
Okay, thank you all. Thank you.
Can I just add to Frankie's presentation in the meantime, is that the recent revelations about the likes of the British Prince being involved in trafficking and pedophile actions and so on, they are very much infuriating me, because I mean, the way I was brought up was that I supposed to respect a person who is having a bigger authority than myself. But if you have someone in front of you, or if you think of someone who is in authority and is doing things against the humanity, against people, and in particular children who are they cannot defend themselves. The children are trusting an adult because they want to feel safe, and that is betrayed. Then how can we expect these children to grow and develop, particularly if their parents is not aware as to the reasons why things happened? And I give you an example, and this is not about child now, but the situation. I used to be a night manager at the Manchester Hotel at the airport, and I used to work one night with my colleague who was having equal position, because one night was always intervening between us, and we had a receptionist working with us at the time, and we had a situation. I can't remember now how this came about, but we were talking about abuse, about trafficking and so on. And suddenly my colleague manager stormed into the reception room and she shouted something like, yes, because we as children, we are helpless and we can. And her body language, her anger, her everything about her told me that this girl was being abused when she was young, and she bottled that in herself, and the way out for her to deal with it was drinking. She was drinking. She was a drinker.
It's very sad.
Because what happened to me, I started to analyze people, and I very quickly realized that someone had that sort of past. And when I tried to talk to her, she wouldn't talk to anyone about it. She was just in her own comfort zone, being angry, and didn't. And when situations overgrown her, she couldn't cope with them, because it all came back to her. When it happened,
because she's bottled everything up, Maria.
Absolutely, and that is so difficult. I mean, I've met so many people like that, and usually they don't want to be helped. Things have to really go bad before they really ask for help, and even then it's extremely difficult to work with them. But the experienced, there are some experienced people who will help. And in my experience, counseling is not always helping.
No.
Because, but that's by the by. So let's get back to our thing. So Claire, could you please give us your 2-minute presentation?
What do you mean? Me?
Introduce yourself, what you do, how you help people, and who you would like to be connected to.
Wow. At the moment, so it's one of my many talents, shall I say, is I actually like to help people sort of find a better way of living, as it were. Like that's
Fantastic.
what I found myself doing after being in a very stressful job. So I now, through travel business, which helps people to free up their sort of lifestyle, as it were, to a certain extent, and to earn an income, particularly in this day and age. What we're facing now is, on one side of my business, that money will keep coming in, so that will help people to have that security and that safety net that we talked about earlier. And so through that, I help people to get the skills and knowledge that they need, and provide that motivation to make that leap, if you like, to a different way of living.
Wonderful.
Most people aspire to, but most people are scared to do.
Mm-hmm.
And through that is one that, through the passion of travel and teaching. So I like to be connected with people that are serious about making a change that is going to future-proof future-proof their lives to a certain extent, and their families' lives, that they can actually leave that legacy to their family, because their business can be left to their family, and their family will still benefit from the income and the business that's been built up, which you don't get from an everyday job.
Yeah.
No, that's great. Thanks, Claire.
Fabulous.
That's
Thank you very much, Claire.
That's really great. That's really great.
Pete, would you like to talk about you?
Okay. I am a travel savings ambassador.
Okay.
I help people to create a second, third income stream.
Mm-hmm.
And currently, it's wonderful we can go online. So I teach others how to earn money using their mobile phones.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ask them, do you earn from your phone? I get an answer. Or I show others how to earn online using technology, artificial intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Do you earn online? And the beautiful thing is, I don't have to sell anything.
I don't have to
sell anything.
Oh yeah.
Wow, incredible.
We have a product we give to the people, and when they use it, we get rewarded. Can you imagine to be part of Uber or Amazon when it first started?
Mm-hmm.
It's very similar to that. We have what they call the PREP, Perpetual Residual Income Builder.
Mm-hmm.
And
sorry, what is
Amazon
that called again, Big? Sorry.
Perpetual Residual Income Builder.
Right, okay.
And everything centers around this. And so we have the possibility to give people the platform so they can book holidays cheaper. And when they save money, we get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's great.
And
Sounds great.
And it's quite amazing. And can you imagine having started Amazon with the books only?
Yeah, I remember.
Now they're adding other things and other things and other things.
Okay, and it's all through an application.
Exactly, but it doesn't cost anything. They're using the technology, and in technology is so valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Information technology.
Okay, brilliant.
Wow, excellent,
We
excellent.
need to do a full presentation.
Thank you very much. So Roger, would you tell us what you do and who you wish to be connected?
Right, okay. What do I do? That at the moment I'm doing some coaching training with John Payne, the International Coaching Academy. And then I've learned a lot from that. I've used some of what I've learned when I spoke last time, my stepson and other people in the family. Very useful. Yeah, to use those skills I'm learning to help people in the same way. Yeah, to connect properly. You know, to members of society, including their own family. And obviously, I am always open to ways of earning an income in different ways than just a 9 to 5. That's delivering more enough. The 9 to 5 thing is just going to go, isn't it? Especially at the moment we are going through this coronavirus epidemic or pandemic, and so we'll have to people will have to become a lot more creative to find ways. So I want to be connecting to that type of people, so positive people in the first place that don't drag you down, and if you'll be able to detach yourself from them, not necessarily write them off, but to be able to let go, yeah, and connecting to yeah, connecting to the right people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Frankie?
you, Roger. Thank you, Roger. Well, touching on like Roger said, yeah, I'm an entrepreneur as well. But I honestly feel being an entrepreneur, I think it's great about making money, because that's what we do. We're calculating business people who take risks to make money. But I think for me, really, I want to really, when I mean making money, I want to really create value out of making money so I can make the world a better place and to make a difference. So I'm using my money, whether it's wealth, to create more value in the world and to really make a difference. Yeah.
Okay.
And what I've learned and what I teach and what I'm successful in, like teaching, mentoring, coaching, and public speaking, if I can master them three skills, yeah, if I can master them and be the best person I can be, yeah, at them skills, I honestly feel that I can start to make a difference, you know, to the world. So I feel for me, it's about working with youth. I'm passionate about youth development. I've had a family member in my family who's been killed on the streets of Manchester. So I'm really passionate about really transforming this kind of gang violence and gun violence, you know, which I've experienced, and anger and violence in the communities, to really educate them and to be into, you know, to create peaceful communities and to really, for people to really respect each other and not be attached to negativity like gangs and culture and stuff like that, you know, gang cultures. So I really want to transform and make a difference with youth and transform youth and develop them as well into leaders. Because I honestly feel that we're all leaders, but yeah, I want to develop the next generation, inspire youth to be leaders, you know, in the world, in the communities, in society. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. So now it's my turn. Maria, I am a business coach, a mentor, and business consultant. What I really love to do is help others to achieve their dreams through coaching, mentoring, consulting, and through Dolphin Global Network networking events. Through a package that we offer as Dolphin Global Network for people who would like to grow personally, learn more, acquire new skills. And the other thing is through creating a mastermind group called the Leadership Club.
elite.
I am looking to connect with business owners who are looking to learn how to network, who are looking to acquire new skills, and generally who want to achieve their dreams. You know that small businesses are failing very quickly, and that is usually because they are not ready, they are not prepared, they haven't got a goal, they haven't got a vision for a business. And to me, in order to go into business, one must have three key things. The first one is that they have to have a passion about what they are wanting to do in business. The second one, they need to have a vision for that business. And the third one is that they need to believe in themselves. And having those three things will drive them to be consistent, to be determined to achieve what they are having to achieve. Without those three things, the usual way is a failure, sadly. So I'm looking to connect with people who really have those three things and want to develop their business.
So passion, vision, and belief.
Yes. Okay.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much, Maria. That's
so
great.
What I would like to ask you is that we are here to help each other, and one of the ways that we help each other is to actually do the thing, agree, contact each other and set up a meeting via Zoom or Messenger or Skype, whichever way you want to do, and have a meeting between you one-on-one. Find out more about each other, learn about what each of you would like to achieve, and refer each other, help each other that way, because we were talking tonight about a community, about teamwork, about connectivity. And this is the way to do it. It's not just wait until the next networking event. The key in growth is to connect with each other outside of these meetings and talk more about how you can help each other. Okay?
I like that. Thanks, Maria. That's really important.
So let's do this. And the second thing is, what I like to do is that you've got on the screen, I hope you can see, the telephone number to our Clare Browne, an amazing lady, and I strongly recommend that you have a one-to-one with Clare, and Clare's email address. Okay.
Yeah.
And what we are looking to do is we've got already 3 packages for membership for Dolphin Global Network. We have a bronze package, which when we have live meetings, because the online meetings are free, but we have where you just plan to attend these meetings, we have a package of £10 per meeting, and each meeting is once a month. Okay, at the moment we do monthly meetings. My ideal situation would be to do them on weekly basis, but we need to get to that stage little step by step. The second thing is, the second package that we do is a little bit more involvement. And what we do is we have a package where we have weekly mastermind Zoom calls every Sunday evening. Once this is over, we're going to have once a month workshops, which will be in one place. So we can get 1 month, we can do it in Manchester, another we can do in Stoke on Trent and whatever. And once we get bigger, each town will have their own mastermind group. We are helping in marketing. We are helping in getting people some speaking skills, presentation skills. We have a program which is Your Life, Your Success. and that costs £79 a month. And I think Frankie can tell you about the value of this, if that £79 is worth paying or not. Because I can't tell you that. I always say, if you want to know how good I am and the programs I do, ask my clients. So ask Frankie.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy, as you know.
And the third package we have is a package where we create a video, marketing video for your business, and we have a how to become a key person of influence program, which is 12 months program. But we are now introducing elite leadership club, which is going to incorporate two things. People who are paying our membership, the second and third tier, will have a free access to that club. So that's an additional benefit. And in that, people who are not taking part in networking but want to join the elite leadership club will be paying a different fee. So that's what we offer. Long term, we have a vision for the next 20 years, but because I cannot do everything on my own, I have amazing Claire, and I have joined forces with Angie in Nottingham, and the three of us are doing everything to get more people to these events. And the thing is that we want to help you, and we want to help more people. So if you could help us to get more people to these events, we will all benefit far more than we are benefiting now.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's great. Thanks for it. That's great.
The events you're talking about, the people we can invite to, are the meeting there tonight?
Sorry?
The event we can invite people to, are the meetings?
Absolutely. Because we are currently online, there is no distance restriction. We can have people from London joining us and people from anywhere really. But what we want to do is we want to keep the dates that we are used to on face-to-face basis and do the networking events. But whilst we are online, it doesn't stop us to get people from outside of that area, because even if they become our members, I can work with them online.
Mm-hmm.
But they will belong to, for instance, the Stoke On Trent group or Nottingham group or whatever.
Yeah.
So being online doesn't give us any limits whatsoever. The only limit is ourselves.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, when you mentioned
Okay. So just one more thing, Roger. I would like to invite you all to our page on Facebook, where I'm posting the dates of next events. So please share or copy and paste onto your wall, notify other people, put comments on. That will help us to go viral and we can get things going quicker.
Excellent.
Okay.
Thank you, Maria. Can I give you an acronym here?
Yes,
I'd like to read out. Is that okay? Yeah. They say an apple a day keeps a doctor away. Okay.
Say
an apple a day keeps a doctor away.
Mm-hmm. That's very true.
So A stands for acknowledge. P stands for pull back. Okay.
Pull back, yeah?
Yeah. P stands for pause.
Yeah.
L stands for let go.
Yeah.
And E stands for explore. Just 1 minute. Maybe I can give you a little bit. Just Yeah, you can talk. I want to carry on. I want to highlight something. I want to show you something, what that actually means, but I'll just get it up for you in a minute. Just give me a minute.
What's the E at the end? Sorry.
All right.
Sorry,
Just 1 minute. I'll leave you in a minute.
Yeah, what's the E at the end of Apple? What does that stand for? The E?
Explore.
Explore.
And explore. Yeah, I've got the second P, which is pause. Well, the first one, the first P.
Pull back.
Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Acknowledge and pull back.
Yes.
Pull back. What do you mean by pull back, Frankie?
Stay back. Stay away.
Oh,
Pull back. Yeah. Pull back.
So
and think,
basically, if there is a situation between, say, two people,
yeah.
and you feel like to step in and say, okay, stop it, sometimes you just stay away from it, yeah? So
Yeah.
pull back, don't get involved.
Oh, don't get involved. Yeah, yeah.
So I'll explain to you what they actually mean. I'll give you a little bit more details about it, guys. I'm just getting it up now, so I won't be a
Okay.
minute. I'll be with you. I won't keep you too long. Where is it? Let's see. Right, I've highlighted it here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a minute. So it says here, acknowledge, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
The fearful uncertainty and be mindful of it rather than being gripped by it.
Yeah.
Okay? Pause rather than reacting fearfully to your own feelings. Pull back away from all your worries. So that's pause and pull back. Okay? Let go of the thought or feeling. Okay?
Yeah.
Explore the present moment and shift your attention to something non-stressful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And that's the Apple method.
Wonderful.
Okay? Is that okay?
Yes.
Excellent. I'll leave that with you.
Wonderful. So take a note of Claire's telephone number and her email address.
Done that.
Wonderful. Please make sure that we do one-to-one, and if you don't know how to do it, I can do a Zoom on that, because as you know, I have spent 9 years with the best business organization in the world, and I have tools, and I have a great educational slot on how to do those one-to-ones, so they are not becoming just a chit-chats, but they are actually becoming a work time meetings which are benefiting your individual businesses and individual persons.
Yeah, I thought you could do a Zoom on that, because I think you're right. Sometimes it does end up in a chit chat. Yeah, because I've experienced that.
So as we are having our networking event on Tuesday the 7th of April, which is supposed to be in Manchester face to face. So may I say that I will do the 20-minute presentation on one-to-one, and I give you a tool on how to run such a meeting. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So I will send you an attachment on Messenger with the template for one-to-one meetings. You will get 2 different ones.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you can look at them, and whichever one is sort of speaking to you more, I can help you to explore it and to create it, so you can, when you do a one-to-one meeting with your colleague, you are going to be able to use that as your tool for helping each other. Is that okay?
Can I ask you a question then? Would that be a useful tool to use when you do your own coaching and your clients?
When you coach people, I'm sure that during the coaching you will be coaching something about networking, business networking that is, then yes, it will be very, very useful tool for you to use as a coach.
Right. I was going to say a bit.
Because that tool can be used between yourself and your potential clients as well.
And oh yeah, and yourself and your potential client, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but that would be very useful for me. I have a tendency to diverse a little bit sometimes. Yeah, yeah. I'm sure I'm not the only one, but
it can be used for your business when you, like, for instance, Beat and Claire, when they are speaking to potential business partners, it can be used as well.
Yes.
Excellent.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So can I say something else? Yeah. Beat,
Yes.
your my curiosity is taking over me. So I'd like to know a bit more what you do. It's interesting. You mentioned about artificial intelligence, technology, and all that. Could you private message me some details of what you do?
Who are you talking about?
One Beat mentioned about.
Oh, Beat. Yeah. Well, may I say something about Beat? I haven't. I don't know Beat that much. We have met, I think, 3 times so far, and we had several conversations. But if I am going to say to you that you must have a one-to-one with Beat, then please take that seriously. And Beat, I would like to arrange with you a Zoom session as well.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So Beat, if you don't mind, are you on Facebook under that name or something?
Yes.
And then
I'm on that name. BEAT.
BEAT, yeah.
Now, if you meet somebody.
Yeah.
Beat, your name is fully spelled here on the screen, so Roger can just write it off the screen.
And
Yeah.
MUELLER, yeah.
Yes.
And then my name on Facebook is that exact name too. I just put Roger Bertrand, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you go to my name, I got a footballer with me on my Facebook.
Oh, you got a football thing, yeah.
I'm with a footballer, with a black footballer on my photograph.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
I got
Who is that? Who is that?
Yeah, I got 2.
Who is
Facebook.
that?
One I don't use anymore, but I used the one where I'm with a black football.
Who is it? Who's a footballer?
Yeah. Or
Who is it?
ex-footballer.
Who's his name?
Oh, I just can't remember his name, sorry.
Okay, that's not a problem.
Frankie is supporting Manchester City.
Yes.
Okay.
No, anyhow.
Yes.
Are you supporting the online version of Manchester City, Frankie?
Anyone wishes to say anything before we say good night?
Thank you for all the useful information. And
So
thank you, yeah, for tonight.
may I just repeat 2 things?
Yeah.
On Saturday at 4 p.m. we are having just a coffee and casual networking event. Link I will send to you individually on the messenger, okay? The link is already created and I have already advertised that and will advertise it. And then Dolphin Global networking event is on Tuesday, the 7th of April at 6:30 p.m. Is that okay?
Yeah. Also, can I suggest something? You know, when you have a bit like we did today, when you have a meeting face to face, you have a coffee break, and I think so that we don't miss anything what's being said. If we have like a 5-minute toilet break, coffee break, whatever.
Okay.
And then
certainly we can do that. Yes.
And then we can reconvene and then.
Okay. So thank you very much for being here today. I look forward to see you on Saturday.
Yeah.
to have some fun and some laugh. And I look forward to see you on Tuesday, the 7th of April as well.
On Saturdays, 4 o'clock, is that right, Maria? It's,
Saturday is 4 o'clock and Tuesday is
Excellent.
6:30, okay?
All right,
Excellent.
thank you.
So have a fantastic week. Stay positive, stay safe, and stay at home. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Good night.
Stay focused. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye, bye.
Good night.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Take
Bye.
care. Oh, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Vic. Take care. Well, Miss Mrs.
Bye-bye.
Send me your details, Vic. Send me your details.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, please.
Yeah, do that.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir, yes.
Oh.